Hall of Fame is Dick Houdens. Dick was born on November 12, 1919 in Belvedere, Illinois, and he attended Belvedere High School where he received all-state honorable mention in football in 1938. He didn't intend to go on to college, but he and a buddy decided to make some campus visits around the Midwest, and the two wound up enrolling as freshmen at Cornell College in Mount Vernon, Iowa. In 3 years there, he starred in football, basketball, and track. In fact, he led the Cornell basketball team in scoring all 3 years. Prior to the start of his senior year, with World War II touching all Americans, he enlisted in the United States Navy and went through officer training school at Great Lakes, Illinois. He was commissioned an ensign. He was ordered to San Francisco, where he was assigned to the destroyer Callahan. They wound up seeing a lot of duty and a lot of action in the Pacific. During his tour of duty, his ship shot down 2 Japanese fighter planes and picked up 48 U.S. pilots that had been shot down. The U.S. Defense Department awarded the Callahan and its crew 10 battle stars. During the course of almost everybody's life, there are events and chance meetings with people that somehow, somewhere, can drastically change and affect what happens to you, and such is the case with Dick Houdens. While he was in training at Great Lakes, the track coach there was a man named Guy Sunt, on a leave of absence from the University of Wisconsin Athletic Department. The two met. Dick wound up running for the Naval Training Center track team. Sunt immediately recognized that he had a pretty good athlete and sprinter in Dick Houdens. So after the war ended and Sunt returned to the Wisconsin Athletic Department coaching football and track, he remembered that Dick still had 1 year of college eligibility left. So he contacted Dick and urged him to accept an athletic scholarship and enroll as a senior here at the University of Wisconsin and participate in football, basketball, and track. Well, it turned out that neither the football or basketball teams really were that interested in him, since he only had 1 year of eligibility left. But he enrolled anyway, and he wound up on the Badger track team for the 1946-47 season. Why do you do that every year?
That's not the gritty.
I don't have to worry about that anymore now. Dick wound up on the Badger track team for the 1946-47 season. During the indoor season, Dick tied the UW Fieldhouse 60-yard dash record with a time of 6 2/10 seconds. Many of you probably didn't know that the indoor track at one time was in the Fieldhouse. Probably many of you haven't even been in the Fieldhouse. But there was a track in there, and that was where the indoor track, the meets were for the indoor track team. In the Big 9 Conference Championships that year, Dick finished 3rd in the 60, and at the completion of the indoor season, he led the Badger Thin Clads in all their intercollegiate meets in the 40, 50, 60, and 70-yard dashes. Despite only competing for the Badgers for 1 year, he was considered one of the nation's top collegiate sprinters. One of Dick's crowning achievements as a Badger was that he tied the American indoor record in the 70-yard dash, covering the distance in 7 seconds flat in a meet at the University of Chicago, which earned him international recognition as one of the top sprinters in the world. During the outdoor season, Dick set a Big 9 conference record of 9 7/10 seconds in the 100-yard dash in a dual meet against Iowa, and he did it wearing sweat clothes. Led by Houdens' performances in the sprints, the Badgers finished 2nd in the 1947 Big 9 outdoor meet in Evanston, Illinois, with 31.5 points. He qualified for the NCAA championships in Salt Lake City later that spring. He finished 5th in the 100 and 6th in the 220. He was honored as a 2-time All-American for his performances in both indoor and outdoor track in his only season as a Badger. During the summer of 1947, in an AAU outdoor championship event, Dick tied the Olympic and national junior record for the 100-meter dash, covering the distance in 10 4/10 seconds. He then followed that with a 9 6/10 seconds record clocking in the 100-yard dash. One of his competitive disappointments came in the Olympic trials when he was ruled to have finished 4th in the 100-meter dash when photographic evidence later clearly showed that he had finished second and would have qualified. Despite that setback, he toured Europe as a part of a 9-man delegation of top U.S. athletes leading up to the 1948 Olympic Games. On that trip, Dick set a Turkish record in a meet in Istanbul, the time of 21:5 in the 200-meter dash, and he bettered that a few days later when he ran a 21:2 in the 200 in a meet in Prague, which established a new Czechoslovakian record. In the fall of 1947, Dick returned to Madison to pursue his degree in electrical engineering. 1949 was a very good year for Dick. He graduated in February, and then in April he married Dorothy Corcoran, who was in her senior year as a nursing student here at Wisconsin. The Houdens have been married for 61 years. They have 7 children, 5 boys and 2 girls, and I believe they're all here this evening, as many of their 11 grandchildren are. I think they have this whole side right here. Dick has been retired since 1989. They live in Maple Bluff. He spent a number of his early years with MG&E and the Highland Hall Company. Most of his career was spent with the Lennox Corporation as their territorial manager. Dick is going to be 91 in November. When he got the call from Barry Alvarez informing him that he was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, he thought it was one of his sons playing a joke on him. So he started to laugh and he said, come on, who is this?" Barry said, "No, this is really Barry Alvarez." And Dick realized it was for real and he broke down and cried. When we talked several weeks ago, Dick told me years ago, when he accepted the invitation to go to the pre-Olympic tour to Europe, Badger Hall of Fame track coach Tom Jones told him, "What you are doing will be great public relations for Wisconsin and the UW track program. You can't put a price on that." And then Dick said to me, "Marsh, after all these years, I'm finally getting my payback for coming to Wisconsin. I'm glad I was here. It was really worth it." Ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct honor and pleasure this evening to welcome Dick Howden, All-American sprinter and record holder, into the University of Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. Our second inductee this evening into the